What an exciting time it is that we had here in City Parish tonight. We had the opportunity to pass the first disadvantaged business enterprise policy for the city of Baton Rouge. This is definitely a collective effort of the council, the administration, the community at large to make sure that small and disadvantaged businesses have an opportunity to successfully do work here at the city. We're excited about the opportunity.
Yes, I'd like to echo what my colleague Tara said. We're excited, and we just want to say thank you for all of the support, all of the people who have prayed for us as we work through these issues. We're going to continue to work with the community, with the administration, and together to make this policy better and stronger and more friendly for this parish and for this city to move forward. And we thank you so much for all of your support.
Again, thank you to everyone out there who attended the meeting tonight and who participated in the public comment section of the council meeting. I do want to say thank you again to everybody. We want you to know that this is only the beginning of this policy for the implementation stage. We do encourage and want your continued input as we implement this policy. We will be identifying who the members of the task force will be and how that process will flow. But again, we want to say thank you very much for your participation.
And I guess I'll conclude by saying thanks as well. And I'm just really grateful to live in a community where we have the freedom to express our faith. And we have the assurance of knowing that as people who believe in prayer, that prayer truly can change things and usher in an environment where people can live together, work together, do business together, and enjoy the fruit of their labor. And so we're so excited that our colleagues join with us to put a policy in place that really opens up an opportunity for equitable development and for the small and emerging business entities in our community to really have a user-friendly environment for access to participate in the procurement practices of East Baton Rouge Parish. And so we really are grateful for the initial work that has been done in this regard, and we look forward to all of the stakeholders getting involved and being a part of putting in place that implementation process. And so we're going to be calling for resumes of those that want to be appointed to that task force to get those submitted to the council so that we can move forward with those appointments. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thanks, Baton Rouge.
Thanks.
The council just passed the Fair Share DBE program. That's for the first time in Baton Rouge, they'll have some kind of DBE program for small and disadvantaged businesses. Our concern, Louisiana AGC's concern, is that the program has some, as written, as the ordinance is written, has some problems. They reference a 25% goal for DBE, small disadvantaged businesses. That figure just pulled out of the air. They reference that they could do things, they could supplement the federal government's 10% goal, U.S. Department of Transportation, which they are prohibited from doing. But mostly what gave us some concern was the issue of good faith efforts. In the ordinance, the good faith efforts are very vague. In our experience with DBE programs throughout the state and throughout the country has been that the guts of the DBE program is how do you implement good faith effort. You can make it so stringent that it becomes a quota system, which is obviously illegal, or you can make it so liberal that the program actually is meaningless. So the council did appoint a task force and delay implementation for 60 days for all stakeholders to be at that table to draft the implementation rules, where I hope that we can address some of these issues in the ordinance. An ordinance can be changed very easily. We can come back and take out some of the things that I think make this ordinance somewhat problematic. On the surface, I think the opponents that appeared tonight were not against the Fair Share DBE program. I think they were concerned with the language of the ordinance as it stands. We have been supportive. AGC actually wrote the Fair Share program for the city of Shreveport. We have supported the program in Monroe. We have worked with the Sewage and Water Board, City of New Orleans, Department of Transportation. So we're all over the state as far as working with DBE programs to try and make them viable, realistic, and workable.